Autumn really is my favourite season, and this year I thought my front door wreath was looking a little bit worse for wear, so I went and bought a new front door decoration. I liked to use some of the old bits from the old wreath onto this new one just to make it look a little bit more full and a bit more lush. Yeah, I like it. It looks good. And who doesn't like a nice cosy fairy light? The good thing about autumn is we can also use some of our homegrown produce to use as decoration. Hi, I'm Claire. Welcome back to another week at Harvest and Home UK. So I've just been going through all of the apples that we harvested the other day. I have got the washing machine on in the background. I hope it's not going to make too much noise. Yeah, so I thought I'd go through all the apples. So what I've done is I've sorted them into ones that I need to use pretty soon, because some of them have got bruising where they've been touching other apples on the tree. Some of them have got little holes. You quite often find it's not a maggot, it's normally woodlice, believe it or not. So those are the ones that what I'll do, if they're too far gone, obviously they'll go in the compost, or I'll halve them and chuck the bad bit away, put the other bit in for the chickens. But if it's just a little hole, you can cut that off and see obviously how deep it goes and use the rest of the apple. It's a usable apple. I usually just go through them. I mean, if there's too many, then I won't bother. But yeah, I want to use as many apples as we can. Now, I'm not actually sure what variety this apple is. When I tried to Google it, it just said common garden apple, which is no help whatsoever. But as you can see, some of these are really, really different. Like, they're all from the same tree, these apples, but that one's quite yellow and red. I don't know if it's just an older apple, I just really don't know. But that one is huge and green. So like, that is the difference in them. And I don't know if maybe I've heard that you can get some apples are grafted onto other apple trees. So maybe we have got an apple tree that's got two different types of apple growing on it. But I need really someone that's really good with apples and knows their stuff to let me know what they think. So what have we got, something with two different types of apples, or are they the same family? I don't know, same variety. But anyway, so I've gone through all of them today. I've now got to think of lots of stuff to do with it. I'm thinking apple sauce, I'm thinking apple fritters. I've seen a nice recipe online that I was going to give a go. So yeah, that's what I'll probably be doing over the next few days, is sorting apples. Obviously some of them are a nice size to just go in the fruit bowl. Some of them are really nice to go in the fruit bowl, but others are enormous. So yeah, gonna get cooking. This next clip was now filmed a few days later, because I don't know if you could tell from my voice, but I was really poorly. We have all had this awful cough and cold and bunged up, so I did actually have a couple of days off this week where I just didn't do anything to do with the allotment or any cooking or anything like that, because I just was not up to it. I made a start with coring and peeling the apples, and going back to the old-fashioned way and using a knife. So once I've cored and chopped all the apple into the big sections, I'm going to be popping it through my chipper. I quite like to have a little bit of chunkiness in my applesauce. I don't want it like a paste, like baby food. I like to have some chunks in there. So that works out really well. Let me show you. So this is the chipper, and I use it on the larger chip, and you can just pop your apples on top, smash the top down. Now these are, a lot of people say, oh, I can't get it to work, but you really do have to give it a whack. You really do have to smash it down, and then it will go through. You're not going to break it. That's what it's designed for. So then I've managed to fill my bowl with all of the bits of apple. Okay, so pop all of your apple into a large saucepan, then add some lemon juice and lime juice. Then you want to add your water, and then bring it to the boil, and then let it boil and keep testing it until it's to the consistency that you want, a nice soft consistency. Once that's nice and soft but still holding together, you want to remove half of the apples and pop them into another bowl. I like doing this. You don't have to. I just like a bit of chunkiness to my applesauce. Then with the remainder of the applesauce in the pot, you want to mash it down so that it makes like a paste, so that sort of gives you the body of your applesauce. This is when you add your jam sugar. So I actually only added a cup to this. You may want to add a little bit more. I'd like to add as little as I possibly can. And then you want to pop in your cinnamon or any ginger, whatever it is that you like. It depends what you're using it for. I just use a little bit. And then you want to pop your chopped bits of apple back in. So that's what gives it that nice chunky texture. Once you've added your jam sugar, then you only need to boil it for a further 4 minutes, and then you can jar it all up. Once you've jarred it up, you can water bath it, and that can then remain in the cupboard for a few months, or you can eat it immediately. You can pop it in the fridge and use it within sort of 1 week or 2. But I like to water bath mine. I really do need to get myself a proper water bather, because at the moment I'm still using this old big pot, and I just pop a tea towel in the bottom. And that's it, our applesauce is done for the winter, and that'll go with roasts. I like it also with some natural Greek yogurt. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.